Hey guys, I'm back again with a brand new video for you all. And today we'll be talking about the best teams that we can use for the Open Ultra League. And in these teams, you can modify it in your own way. Like for example, if there's other ground Pokemon like Steelix, you can put some other ground Pokemon. It comes down to how you're gonna play and it should match your play style. Now some teams are not gonna be easy to build as there are gonna be XL Corviknight or even Zygarde. Even I don't have a Zygarde yet, right? So yeah, without any further ado, let's start the video. So moving on to the team number one, it's going to be Grumpig, Cobalion, and Lapras. Now this is pretty balanced, right? It's Grumpig in the lead, and yep, Grumpig is good in the Ultra League. I still don't have the resources to make it yet, but I will soon and bring a video for you guys. Now the moves is Dynamic Punch and Shadow Ball are really unique pair there, right? And Cobalion and Lapras gives it a little bit of edge against things like Giratina, the Shadow Claw users, right? Lapras does good against those, but Cobalion, the only thing it can throw against those, Giratinas are going to be Stone Edge, and even Giratina, however, doesn't have a super effective move against a Cobalion. So yeah, this is pretty interesting, a lineup, as Grumpig is going to be weak against Talonflame, even though if it's going to be weak against it's not weak, but it's going to be hard against Talonflame. So if it's in the lead, you don't swap. It's Cobalion at the back, so right. But there's Lapras to handle it. I mean, in a lot of neutral scenarios like Talonflame, where it has the where its opponent has the upper hand, you don't need to swap. If you have a Grumpig, you can like soft lose, and those are the things that's going to happen. Plus, it's going to be a little weak against things like Corviknight, right? And we got Cobalion and Lapras who can actually deal against Corviknight. And yeah, that's pretty much it. There's nothing more to think about this team, nothing more to understand. And Lapras and Cobalion are going to be weak against the fighters, and Grumpig is going to be the psychic there for you. So this is kind of ABB for those, right? If it's for alligator and things, you can just swap into your maybe Cobalion or even your Lapras, right? That's how you're gonna play. And let's move on to another team. It's going to be team number two, Ampharos, Corviknight, and Zygarde. Right? Now, spammy things like for alligator, even a Zygarde is going to a little bit struggle. Plus, they have Ice Beam as well, right? So, yeah, spamming things like for alligator is going to be a little bit of trouble for Corviknight as well, not only Zygarde. And that is why I got Ampharos for those things. Alright, and even if it's going to be Giratina, you don't need to swap right away. It's got that coverage move, Brutal Swing, and also a spamming move, right? And if you have Shadow, definitely run Shadow Ampharos. And Ampharos is still good. It's maybe people call it off meta or out of the meta, but I never call it off meta. Ampharos is so good against the rising Pokemons like Corviknight and Lapras, so it should be in the scene in your top 10 picks. That's for sure. And even when people are using a lot of gel sensor for alligators, right? And that is why I put Ampharos there. Now, the things like Virizion, which trouble Ampharos, and your backline can do fine against those things. So this is pretty balanced team, and one of my favorite team it is going to be. So let's move on to another team. It's going to be team number three, Jellicent, Clefable, and Licky. Now there are some core breakers like Registeel and Steelix. Yeah, Registeel and Steelix is going to be the core breaker. After that, you can put some coverage move in your Licky, or you gotta do a lot of the, here and there's and teamwork for things like Registeel. And yeah, Steelix with Thunderfang can do good against Jellicent, but yeah, that's non-stab. You can stay in for quite a little bit there, right? And yeah, the no super effective move against Clefable and Licky as well. The other neutral moves, hard hitting like Earthquake, they might have. So you gotta watch out for those. Yeah, but few core breakers. But yeah, other than that, this team is gonna do pretty well. Like Jellicent, weak against Shadow Claw users like Giratina and for alligator. And you got Licky there, and even Clefable there for things like Giratina, right? And other ghosts, Licky can do good against other ghosts as well. And yeah, this is going to be pretty good and interesting team, but you gotta watch out for the core breakers. That is the sure thing. Let's move on to another one. It's going to be team number 4, Registeel, Primeape, and Mandibuzz. Now, this is the team that I've been talking about like in my previous Ultra League videos as well. It's been like 3 weeks. I haven't made any Ultra League videos, I guess, or 2 or 3 weeks. I kind of forgot. But yeah, this is the team that I've talked about so much in the past as well. Because yeah, you got ABB for Fairies. You got Fighter and Dark at the back, then you got Registeel up front. It's ABB for those, right? And yeah, so you don't need to worry about things like Feraligators and Lapras here much, right? Only kind of weakling against the Ice Beam from that Lapras is going to be your Mandibuzz, and it's got to follow the Ice Beam, and one is not going to do the thing, right? So Mandibuzz, and you don't need to worry about those Jellicents for alligators and Lapras and even Grumpigs and a lot of the rising Pokemons, right? And even the previous meta like Giratinas and even Zygarde, you don't need to worry about any of those with this team. This is going to be a very, very fantastic and very good team. And the grounds is going to be weak against ground, the lead, but you got a flyer at the back there. And things like Skeledirge or Talonflame can trouble this team a little bit. But Talonflame is neutral against Mandibuzz, right? And yeah, Registeel obviously weak against Talonflame. If it's in the lead, it's going to be a little bit difficult. But you can come in with your Primeape, spam those Rage Fists, right? Definitely going to shoot. You have to shield the fly from that Talonflame. But do your few here and there's, and it's going to be good with this team. And you don't even need to worry about things like Corviknight as well with this team. You got Registeel there. Yeah, this is going to be interesting team. Let's move on to another team. It's going to be Talonflame, Tentacruel, and G-Weezing. Now this is double poison, and their new update Sludge is going to be very, very good move. And we got bait move there, Brutal with your G-Weezing, and do run Blizzard in your Tentacruel in this team. This is going to be one of the key thing there. And yeah, again, weak against the ground, your backline, and you got a Fire Flyer there up front. Fighter's got nowhere to go in this team, right? Fighter's got nowhere, and yeah, maybe a Grumpig in the lead. You gotta stay there, and Sideways are gonna do a little bit against the poison types, but yeah, it's gonna be fine. Plus, you got coverage move, Whirl Swing from your G-Weezing against those things, and yeah, it's gonna be a little okay, so your backline is going to be kind of neutral against things like Lapras. If you see it in the lead, you can save swap, right, and do those things. And if it's Zygarde, it's going to be a little difficult because you got fire and double poison, so Zygarde is going to be a problem for you, right? That can be the core breaker for this team, so you got to watch out for that, or run Brave Bird, something in your Talonflame. Zygardes don't shield. All right, we can only hope. And Jellicent also is a little bit of a I say a little bit of a because you know we got Brutal Swing in that G-Weezing, and you can shield or opt not to shield the Surf in your Talonflame and just throw the moves and play it in the ABA format, something like that. That's how you're gonna play. And plus, you're not running a Fairy. I mean, if you're not running a Poison fast move in your G-Weezing, so it can come handy against Jellicent. And yeah, no team is perfect. Someone's got some more core breakers, so you gotta do some here and there's, right? So let's move on to another team. It's gonna be team number 6, Steelix and Malamar at the back, Feraligator up front there. Now this team, if I talk about this team, you can run it like in thinking that this is going to be one of the most safe team to run in the Open Ultra League, because Steelix and Malamar handles, each other's weakness so well. And Feraligator, the spammy thing with Ice Beam, or you can also run Crunch there, can handle a lot of the things. Things like Annihilate, right? Even a Primeape and those things, you can stay in the lead. And Steelix and Malamar, I was talking about these two, right? Malamar, weak against Fairies. Steelix is a Steel, right? And Steelix is weak against Fighters, and Malamar with that Psy Wave and, Psychic, coverage there. it's gonna be good against those things, right? So yeah, these two go pretty well. So that is why I call this a very safe team. And for those ghosts also, you got Shadow Claw on your Feraligatr, and even Lapras. You got Thunderfang in your Steelix, right? And yeah, rising things are not gonna be that big of a problem for this team, like Corviknight, Grumpig, Lapras, and Dusknoir. Like the top 4, top 5 team is Pokemons are not gonna be that big of a problem for this team. So this team has the ability to do good and give you good results. I'm sure of that. You guys can run this team. So let's move on to another team. It's going to be team number 7, Primeape, Feraligatr, and Blastoise. Primeape, and I'm sorry, it's not Primeape, it's Annihilape. You can also run Primeape though. It's Annihilape, Feraligatr, and Blastoise. Annihilape double water. I got we can use things like Talonflame in the lead, and you got double water there, and even a rollout coverage there in your Blastoise. You can also run Ice Beam or Skull Bash. It depends on your play style, right? And yeah, a lot of the meta does good. Even if it's Corviknight against your fighter, the flyer, you don't need to swap. You need to land the Sky Attack, right? But you can swap. You have to find things that can do fine against those things, right? If it's Grumpig in the lead, you can just safe swap into any of your backline. And if it's Giratina, safe swap into your Blastoise. Run Ice Beam, that's gonna do good, right? And even Primeape and even Jellicent. If it's Jellicent, you can safe swap into your Feraligatr or even Blastoise and spam those moves. Now, this might be called ABA against Jellicent, but yeah, it can be handled. And it's just Feraligatr, you can just swap, and that's how you're gonna play with this team. So let's move on to another team. It's gonna be team number 8, Zygarde and Double Steel, A-Slash and Registeel. Weak against Fairy up front, double strong against Fairy at the back. That's how we're gonna play, right? G-Weezing, Clefable, you can just safe swap into your Registeel. And run Shadow Claw on your A-Slash. It's showing Powder Snow in the graphics, but do run Shadow Claw. You can also opt Powder Snow. Not a big deal. And even Jellicent, this can handle, and Lapras, you can like safe swap, right? And Girafarig, Corviknight, not big of a problem. And for Alligators, it's yeah, you can handle. You got Registeel, right? And you can tank one move, even if it's going to be Ice Beam. In your Elite as well, Elite is very, very tanky, right? Even Giratina can be handled, and a lot of the meta. Now, backline is going to be weak against grounds like Gastrodons. There are going to be XLs, and you also need, right? And yeah, you got a neutral thing there. Zygarde, that's how you're going to play. And weak against fire at the back, like Talonflame and Skeletorch, and Zygarde can do pretty good against those. And plus, Skeletorches are running Torch Song, Disarming Voice these days against your Zygarde. It's going to be good, right? So let's move on to another team. It's going to be team number 9, Dusknoir and Drapion and Lapras, kind of RPS. Yeah, you can also run Sludge Bomb in your Drapion if you're struggling against things like Mandibuzz. Yeah, Sludge Bomb, the Drapion does a little better than Aqua Tail Crunch Drapion against the Mandibuzz. That is why I decided to run Sludge Bomb. And yeah, you got Dusknoir, a very, very good pick for the Ultra League this season. And yeah, Lapras is going to be your safe swap a lot of the times. I use Drapion. If I had run this team, I would use Drapion as a finisher. Lapras is a safe swap. Because, if there are going to be Primeapes and Annihilapes, at the back it's going to be a little bit of trouble, and this is going to be ABB for those things, right? And plus, your Drapion is not that bad, but you can always try to bait out either with your Drapion as well. That is also not a bad idea. You can use that safe swap as well. And yeah, against those Grumpigs, it's going to be good against those Grumpigs, this team, right? Against even Lapras as well. Plus Dynamic Punch in there, Dusknoir is going to do so good. If you got Shadow, all 3 mons you can use Shadow. Yeah, that's how they're going to play. For Alligator, you can safe swap into your Lapras, right? And yeah, especially for Alligator, you safe swap into your Lapras. And Jellicent, you can just stay. If they swap, just try to see if they swap. Or you can come with your Lapras as the safe swap. Yeah, that's how I would play. And if it's Giratina, do the same thing, right? And yeah, this is going to be a pretty fine team. Let's move on to another one. It's going to be team number 10, the final team, Scatterdoge Double Fairy. Again, weak against things like A-Slash, Registeel at the back, and you got Fire up front, right? You can also run whatever move you like in your Scatterdoge. Again, it depends on your playstyle, all right? And things like Dusknoir, you can just stay or just try to bait out the Fairy counter, right? If it's gonna be Lapras or Feraligatr, you can just safe swap. But Lapras is Feraligatr is gonna be a little tough. It's so spammy, right? But you can do the safe swap thing there, all right? If it's gonna be Annihilate, you can just stay or safe swap. It's good. All your mons are good, right? And Corviknights, you just stay. Yeah, your backline is gonna be weak against those things. And Grumpig, you can kind of stay there. And yeah, if it's Giratina, just swap it. It's ABB for those, right? Yeah, that's how you're gonna play with this team. And that is it, guys. Those were the 10 teams. And yeah, if you got any thoughts, please do comment. And yeah, if you like this video, please leave a like and comment and subscribe to the channel if you have not yet. Do join our Discord server. The link is in the description. Thank you so much, guys. See you in my next video.